Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Cristiano Ronaldo leaves Manchester United early in a pre-season game and it causes a meltdown in the fan base. We've had lines such as, "Disgrace, get out of my club. What a model professional. If this was Harry Maguire, there'd be an outrage." And what did I say? I got ambushed by this on the match reaction that Ronaldo had left early. And my first reaction was, I guarantee it's been agreed with Ten Hag, and what if it's part of his pre-season routine where he's going home to recuperate? Maybe he's got ice baths or whatever. I don't know, just off the top of my head. To which we had ice bath gate because somebody said, surely we've got an ice bath at Old Trafford. I don't think we have. I've been to Old Trafford. I've been in the changing rooms. I don't think they've got that sort of recovery system at Old Trafford, to be honest with you. But it just shows you how dangerous it is to jump on assumptions when you've got no knowledge. We've already had it with pre-season. He's abandoned the club. He's on strike. He's refusing to go on tour just because it suits your agenda. And now we've got picture of Ronaldo leaving the game early. What a disgrace. Get him out of my club. Totally disrespectful. Since then, he's put an Instagram post out saying it's good to be back. And we've had clarity on what actually happened. And even better, what I really appreciate the most is on the picture where Ronaldo's leaving, they've actually cropped it out so you can't see Diego Dalot leaving with him. So people will say straight away, wow, Dalot didn't play in the game, Ronaldo did. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? So Ronaldo played in the game and left with Dalot. It's okay for Dalot to go because he didn't play today, but Ronaldo did. Screw your head on. Why does that matter? He was subbed off at half-time. He sat with the players that didn't play in the game, people like Dalot, and then they're allowed to go early and he leaves. Well, what should he do? What was he meant to do? Was he meant to go back down onto the pitch and run around with his shirt off going, yes, I'm still here? I just don't get it. It's like, if you don't like Ronaldo and you don't want him to be at Man United, fine. But stop trying to find ways to sensationalise something that's really not that deep. And as for if Maguire had left early, it would be a different story. Maybe that's because different people get treated different ways. Maybe what you achieve in life affords you concessions. Maybe the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, one of the greatest players to ever wear a Man United shirt, he's won a Ballon d'Or, Champions League, Premier League titles at Manchester United, means that he deserves to be treated differently to Harry Maguire. Maybe Roy Keane deserves to be treated better than Darren Fletcher because of what he achieved at Manchester United. We're almost living in this world that I don't want to live in, which is Sports Day, where somebody wins the race but everybody gets a gold medal because everybody competed. Like, you get concessions in life for achieving. If you do things and achieve things well, then you should be treated better than the losers. And look, maybe some of our players get treated differently to Ronaldo because they're not as good as him. But that's not even what we're talking about. Why bring poor Harry Maguire into it? Why even mention him? He shouldn't even be in the same paragraph of Ronaldo. Why even bring that into it? Because it's just about generating an issue. When I've had an issue with Maguire or McTominay or Rashford or Bruno in the past, it's because they don't perform on a football pitch. It's not because they leave a match early or something like that. That might be a secondary reason, but basically it's because they don't perform on the pitch. Nobody can say that Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't perform on the pitch for Manchester United. They can't. So where is this all coming from? And why is there a hunger with some of our fans that when Ronaldo leaves early, instead of establishing the facts, you instantly jump on him and go, this is why he needs to leave. Get him out of my club. Scum. Get him out. Disrespecting our club. Get him out of our club. It's just weird behaviour. Weird. And I never really actually thought that we would see United fans do that. Like, I can't understand why a Manchester United fan would dislike Cristiano Ronaldo. It's almost like disliking your history of which this football club is built massively upon. But look, this is good info because it's from Adam and Ryan, who work with the United Stand, and we're actually in the director's box. And this is what they had to say. Cristiano Ronaldo and other Manchester United players in the director's box left the match early, which was sanctioned by Ten Hag, reportedly to beat the traffic and the crowds. Players in the director's box, Bruno, De Gea, Dalot, Martial and Maul, all left on the 75th minute. We had somebody reply on Twitter asking us how we knew that. We were in the press box right beside them and watched them leave. So, look, Man United's Eric Ten Hag, I mean, what's the alternative to that story? What's the alternative to that story that we've just put out there? The alternative is Ronaldo finished the first half where he was only going to play 45 minutes, probably had a shower, had a warm down, and on the 75th minute, he shouts down to Ten Hag and nobody heard him, screw you, Ten Hag, I'm leaving. Well, it clearly didn't happen. He didn't storm out at half time and leave. He left about half an hour into the second half with Diego Dalot. When you screw your head on, what angle of story is it that you're trying to get here? He left the game, he left the ground without the club's permission. Well, if he stormed out, he would have done it at half time. He didn't storm out. He had his tracksuit on, he was going out with Dalot, other players left around the same time. They were allowed to go. You know what I mean? It's like there's stretching and there's just pure delusion. Like, what angle are you going for? He's left the ground with other players. Oh yeah, but they didn't play in the same game. So what? They were all sat together and they've left. And they're allowed to leave. There's no issue from the club. There's no issue from Ten Hag. And if you have an issue with it, take it up with the manager. Take it up with the club. What angle are you going for here, other than a very clear agenda against the player? If you don't want him at the club, that's fine. If you don't think he's good enough for the club, odd, but that's fine. If you think we should sell him and let him go, fine. But picking stories like this up and running them with them expose you as a prat. Because you haven't established the facts. And if somebody comes knocking on your door tonight accusing you of something that you haven't done, would you like them to establish the facts, or would you just go, yeah, I did it? You know, it's just, you know, have some common decency to actually think things through rather than jumping on what is basically a witch hunt. It's just pure propaganda and you're swallowing it like an idiot. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I understand why people don't like different footballers because they don't like that style of play, but to jump on a story like that and read some of the tweets that people said from what was an edited picture as well, and it's so, you know, as soon as I saw the picture I was like, why have they cut so much out? You can see the granulation in the photo. That's a big picture. Why have they homed right in on Ronaldo? And my initial thought was straight away, there's stuff they don't want us to see in that picture there. Why would you just go right in on Ronaldo and it's not even a HD photo? Why have you cut it round there? And immediately I thought, there's something in the picture outside of that they don't want you to see. And it's Diego Dalot walking ahead of him. They don't want that in there. And then you get these people saying, well, Dalot didn't play in the game, he can leave. So Dalot didn't play in the game, but he's still a Man United player and left early. Ronaldo did play in the first half, not playing in the second half, watches a bit of it and then leaves. Why is that any different? They're still Man United players. But why is it any different? There isn't any different because people are just... And as I say, the biggest thing of all is that Erik Ten Hag didn't have a problem with it, and he's the manager. So you're creating the rules that the manager's okay with. So Ronaldo is out of order, even though he's not out of order with the manager or the club. And neither are any of the other players. It's just silly. And you know what worries me about this is, we're just about to start a new season. I don't agree with Maguire being captain, but he is the captain. And that's Ten Hag's choice. I ain't going to moan about it. Let's just get on with it. We haven't made the signings we need. We desperately need Ronaldo. We desperately need De Jong. We don't know what the future of Ronaldo is. We don't know whether we're going to get De Jong. We're woefully short. And some of our fans would rather spend their Sunday night moaning, screaming, shouting about a player that we need at the club and accusing him of something that he didn't do. Wrong. That's where we're at as a fan base at the moment, people. We are jumping on every little thing that Ronaldo does when we need him to stay, and we're making things up. Great preparation for a new season, isn't it? Anyway, I thought I'd just react to that and give you the situation. But look, it's worrying, it's concerning, and I think I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's modern football. I don't know whether it's just a select group of people. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't think it's got anything to do with football. You know, as I said, there's players that I've come out with, and I'm sure many of you have, called them out, said to sell them, don't think they're good enough, but it's completely based on their performance on the pitch. We're now going after a player that's actually our player of the year and making stuff up about him now. It's worrying. It's really worrying that we've got Manchester United fans going after the player of the year, a United legend, and making negative stories up about him to fit their agenda that they don't want him at the club anymore. It's just weird. I mean, very, very weird. Maybe it's the new world. I don't know. Anyway, give us your comments in below. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video. That's the update. And, you know, Ronaldo didn't storm out. He didn't leave. He left with other players. And he was allowed to do it. Only at United could we turn it into something that it wasn't. Thanks for watching. Speak to you in a bit.